Hey guys, hope all you are doing very well. Earlier today I found the listing for a super rare AMG wagon and it happened to be at my local Copart. And if that weren't enough, it goes on sale tomorrow morning. Now by the time this video airs, the auction will have already been over because I don't really want everyone out there bidding against me on this car. But at first glance, it does look like it is a little far gone. At a closer second glance though, this car might actually be able to be rebuilt, and once completed, it would be totally worth it because of its rarity. Now, given the time crunch, I decided that I had to go out and see this car for myself and decide whether or not it's something that I should bid on. And I went out to the local Copart yard here in Tampa and checked it out. I got a lot of great footage of this car and a bunch of other cool cars over there. I'm gonna show that to you in a moment. But first, I wanna take you on the computer, show you exactly what I saw on the listing, and tell you why I found it mandatory to go out in person and check the car out before deciding to bid on it. All right, here it is, really quick, a 2006 E55 AMG. Now, according to my good friend Alex Palmieri from the channel Legit Street Cars, he said that since this is a white E55 AMG wagon with a black interior, and the fact that it's a 2006, the last year that they made these cars, makes it the most desirable E55 combination ever made. Now, if we look at the details, this car does have a salvage rebuildable title here in the state of Florida. It's got 135,000 miles. The engine starts clearly, as we just looked at some of the photos. The car does not drive, but at least the engine starts. Primary damage being the front end, secondary damage being the side. The current bid on this car is $2,250. And earlier when I saw this, I wasn't sure. Should I bid around $3,000 or maybe upwards of $5,000? But seeing it in person definitely helped me assess the damages and figure what my high bid should be. Now, anybody can go to a Copart yard and look at any one of their lots, put your hands on it, and see whether it's a car that would make for a good rebuild project for you. Personally assess it. It's really simple. If you're not already registered, go ahead, click the register button up here and get a free account. All right, now we're signed in. You go to your account settings, and right here on the right, it has my member number. You guys can't see it because you can't go as me, but when you go to your Copart lot, just show them your member number and tell them the lot number or the lot numbers of the cars you want to see. All I did was present my member number at the front desk and the lot number of the Mercedes, and I was in. Believe it or not, while I've been to several other Copart yards, I've never been to this one. This was the closest one to my house, other than picking up the second DXP car. Now, I met a really friendly person that works here outside, and they told me right when you walk in, there's a Ferrari around here somewhere. So while we're on the hunt for that AMG, we got to try and find that Ferrari. Now, check this out right here. I saw this from a distance. These are one of those cars that are pretty darn valuable, and you want to watch because you never know when they're going to sell cheap. Got a older 911 here. Condition overall is really, really nice. A Carrera SC, and overall everything looks really, really great on it. 116,000 miles. Nobody really cares about that on an older Porsche. It won't start. It's got that USAA badge in the front, so we know it's for sale by the insurance company. Let's see if it's open. Wow. In the interior, I mean, given, you know, at a Copart lot, it's rocks and gravel on the ground, so you can always expect a dirty floor mat. But here's a near perfect interior with the exception of that piece of trim pulled out from somewhere. Seats even have the crest in them. This is a really, really nice car. Got to put this one on our watch list. And check this out too. It's got a set of HREs on it with the red calipers, the white writing. This is a clean 911. Wow, we got to definitely figure out when this one's going up for sale. I don't know if I want to show this one to you guys. I want it for myself. Something caught my attention over here. And I've shown cars like this in the past during my lot tours. But one thing I've noticed is that cars that are typically what they call a theft or vandalism car, that have all their wheels missing, like this Audi Q7, they sell for really, really cheap. So if you could set up the means for actually transporting a car like this, or you just have the means to transport a car like this, You know, undercarriage damage, suspension damage can usually be replaced relatively inexpensive, especially on a car that's got some age on it like this, and you can have a really nice SUV for next to nothing. These two cars that just seem to be coincidentally paired right next to each other are perfect examples of cheap, fun, project Copart cars, especially if you like convertibles. Right here we've got an A4 Cabriolet, and right there we've got a CLK 350. It's got the AMG package. You can see that front fascia. And these are cars that in the eyes of an insurance company aren't worth a lot of money, but they could be resold on dealer lots for several $1,000s more than they'll end up selling here. And what's really nice about these cars is that they're likely very, very simple fixes. On the CLK here, really all that I could see is a little bit of body damage on the door. This door really doesn't even need to be replaced. Needs a rocker panel and a little bit of trim, the mirror. Really simple stuff. On the inside needs a new door panel. That was obviously removed and they messed with the handle from the outside. But really stuff that's no frame damage, no major fuss, something you could fix in your garage, and you could buy the parts at a local parts recycling facility. When it comes to this A4, the only sort of issue I see is that the windows are stuck down in one corner. This is an older German car. It's a pretty simple fix, really. And again, something you can fix in your garage, something that will sell likely for less or around a couple $1,000s. I don't know what it will sell for once I show it on video. But these are great cars. You can have great fun with them, and you gotta have them super cheap. And they don't look super cheap. I see a crispy car peeking out here. Any guesses as to what this is? Oh, I know what it is exactly. From the wheels, from the rest of the car. I'll let you guys guess down below. I'll give you a few seconds. But this one, man, woo, this was a Dodge Charger, I'm pretty sure. Let's see if we can find any signs that, oh, here we go. A wheel that did not completely burn. It has the Charger badge right there, or the Charger wheel badge, whatever you want to call that. But this thing is completely gone, will likely just be sold for scrap metal. We've been making our way slowly to this section. We're here SU004. I'm pretty sure that's where it said that this AMG wagon was located. We've just got to look, and right there I could see a car that's taped off in the corner. I see it. There it is. It's kind of buried, but we are going to figure out whether or not this is the right AMG wagon for us. And from this angle, it's not looking too good, but we got to look at the rest of the car. Ooh, got a little bit of a close parker there. And wow, this thing was hit really, really hard. This is kind of a testament as to how strong and how well built these Mercedes-Benz cars are. But on the flip side, it's also a testament as to maybe why you should or should not be rebuilding a car like this. So right off the bat, like we had mentioned earlier, got the air suspension sitting low. With all the damage that this car sustained, loose airline would easily kill air at all four corners and eventually just let it all out, at which point it sits low like this. As far as the rear quarter panel damage goes, I don't see why a quarter panel replacement would be necessary. We've got a nice sized dent right there. They could attempt to do something with paintless dent repair, but the big scratch that's on it, you know, it's going to be pulled out as much as possible, filled. Same thing with this here. I don't see why somebody couldn't fix that right up. The dent is not severe enough that I'd personally want to cut out the quarter panel. Now, when we take a look at the rest, wow, really, really just a nice car. Got the AMG exhaust tips down here. This half of the car makes me want it, okay? The other half is the concerning part, and I think what we really got to take a good look at is what we see in the interior right now. It's so unfortunate because the interior of this car for 130,000 miles is in really pretty darn good shape. It's got that Alcantara headliner. It smells like a really nice Mercedes. Of course, we got these airbags that deployed on, well, I'm surprised that the driver's side door didn't deploy, but the passenger rear side did deploy. I don't know if this is pushed up. It sure as heck feels like it's been pushed up. So yeah, the floor is crunched in right here. You can see it. There is passport laser detector jammer system that's been hardwired in, and whoever did the install did a really, really clean job. I mean, this would just hide away. There's glass everywhere. If I reach onto the seat or try and touch anything, I'm getting glass in my fingers, so don't want that to happen. Let's go and check out what the other side looks like. All right, guys, I'm having a heck of a time trying to pop this hood open. It's really jam stuck. I've tried to reach in and mess with the latch, but I think it's closed, and this other car is really close to it, so it's not like I can stand in front of it and mess with it. This apron area definitely looks like it's got a pretty nice bend to it, but it's not completely destroyed. And since these cars were made, you know, in the mid 2000s, this is stuff that can likely be bent back into place. Not too bad. What's really going to be deformed is obviously right here, the wheelhouse area, all the unibody behind all this, and of course it pushed the floor in. So this car would have to be put on a frame machine and pulled outward from here. Then you'd start fitting the door, you'd start getting the suspension, getting the car sitting right. I don't think the car was hit at an angle to tweak the front frame, which is the good news. So all in all, this is a car I would bid on, but I'd have to be very particular because we're talking about a lot of parts here. Think about everything in the front end of this car. Even though this is a 2006, Mercedes still had pretty darn advanced technology back then. So you got these headlights that both need to be replaced, the grills, the whole front bumper off of an E55, again, the fender, the hood. I don't know if this has this, no, the windshield is good. Then we need the frame repair. We need this door, the inside of the door. Hopefully just get a complete one. We need right here, that airbag, probably a whole new door card, because when these airbags go off, you need a whole new door card. And then the repairs back here. But one cool thing I did find while I was messing around trying to get that hood open, I set my camera down back here, and this has the really awesome optional rear seat. So yeah, I think we'll bid, but we'll keep it really low. I'm gonna set a budget of right around $3,500 for this car, plus fees. Remember, all fixed up. This is a car that might be able to fetch near $20,000 with a rebuild title. I say near, probably in the mid to high teens. Now, I've been walking around the E55. You might have noticed back here, we got this Jaguar F-Type that was involved in a really, really severe collision. And right off the bat, looking where all of this metal was pushed back, this is a car I would never consider rebuilding, because just take a look at that frame. Coming back from that is really, really difficult. Even if you repair it, you've got such substantial unibody damage here. This isn't a matter of bending or moving or cutting and welding. This thing is completely destroyed. All right, well, we saw the AMG Wagon and we saw a couple other cool cars. Before we get out of here, we definitely got to check out the up and coming section. That's the section that you probably saw a brief little spin through in the beginning when we got here. Those are always front and center at most of the Copart lots that I've been to, and they usually have the most unique, coolest, and if there's exotic cars up front. Welcome to the secret layer, and we found the Ferrari that I mentioned earlier. I looked all around, didn't find it. Well, that's because it's in here, and boy, just from this right here, you'd have no clue it's a Ferrari. Maybe if you got a really good eye and noticed the bottom of this wheel. But let's see here. Yeah, this has got to either be a 458 or 488. Let's see. Ooh, that's a 488. Here are the parts to the Ferrari. The front bumper, man, just a bunch of random stuff in there. This is terrible though. I feel really, really bad. This is a brand new, ooh, 488. Some dust underneath there. We'll respect the Ferrari. We'll leave it be. Now, this car's been here a while, you can see, because the lot sticker is pretty much worn off of it. As a matter of fact, I wonder if this is the same flood Corvette that was in one of Cletus's videos. It's completely locked up. The battery must be dead. It's been sitting here a while. Stuff like that happens when you got electronic door handles. But let's see this Bentley here. 22,738 miles. Again, looks perfect. It's got really big wheels on it. This car likely was in a flood. I'm gonna guess that from the kind of like worn out, kind of crispy feeling leather seats here. Although it doesn't smell funky, it seems to be pretty nice. Also with the electronic stuff messed around with. Oh, this already has a rebuilt title in the state of Florida. I don't know about you, but I really dig the beautiful black interior. I love really nice black interior with white piping, white stitching. And there's the Flying Bee logo on the headrest. I would really like to find one of these and rebuild one. Maybe the two-door version though, the Continental GT. And last, we will check out the Tesla that's down here. Don't know what's wrong with it right off the bat, although we did see it earlier. Looks like there might be some plastic taping off the driver's side. Yep, we got some damage on the driver's side. Let's see how bad it is. Well, actually similar to the E55 Wagon. So when you're at Copart, do not go and punch a hole through this to try and open up the door. Just go around the other side, you know. 108 miles? You gotta be kidding. So 108 miles, what model we have here? This is a 75D Tesla, a Rich Rebuild Special. Don't tell Rich about this one, especially if you want to bid on it. Let me see here. And again, it's a Tesla, it's all electric, battery's probably dead, and so we can't get into it. But 180 miles, if you like this one, right up here, there's your lot number. Search it in the Copart box. Guys, I always have a really fun time coming out to Copart, checking out their inventory. If you enjoy coming along with me, be sure to hit that like button. Want to give a huge thanks to Copart here in Tampa for letting me come out, check out the really cool inventory. And guys, don't let anyone tell you this isn't something you can do. You can come out to your local Copart. You could put your hands on a car. You could see if it's the right project for you, and you can bid anywhere across the country, whether it's you bidding from your own account or having a broker assist you. Check out the videos down below. They'll help you understand how you can bid on and buy cars at Copart. Guys, thank you so much for watching. You'll find out really soon whether or not we won that E55 AMG, and I will catch you next time. All right, it's the morning of the auction. The current bid is now at $3,100, and that is our high bid. Moments ago, I put in a pre-bid for $3,300. Pre-bids end an hour before the auction starts, so I like to put them in a little bit before that hour. Now, even though my bid was $3,300 with fees, being in the state of Florida, there's elevated fees using brokers. That price brings the car to almost $4,500, which is really top of the mark in my opinion and in my position for this car for an actual rebuild project. Well, I'd like to stick around and bid during the live auction. I have to run a few errands, so I'm going to leave my computer on record. I'm going to record the live auction, and in a few hours, I'll find out whether or not I win this AMG wagon. But for you guys, you're going to find out right now. If this car sells for $3,300 or less, we won. If it goes for anything more than $3,300, we lost. So here we go.
Sold.